Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video is going to be about being Nigerian in Malaysia and the importance of my US passport. And I just been here for only about 3.5 weeks now, and I just want to kind of give you my brief experience so far on being Nigerian and being American and always having my passport. So for starters, before coming out here I did a little bit of research on Nigerians in Malaysia, and I know like there's tons of them here. I already knew that, and just kind of talking to some family back in Nigeria that, oh yeah, I know a lot of students go there for school and a lot of people go there for school in Malaysia. So I'm like, oh, that's cool. I could finally maybe meet a lot of Nigerian people. It'll be all cool. But then on the other hand, I also saw a lot of different things about Nigerians doing fraudulent things in Malaysia. I read a lot of things that were just like, but I didn't think too much of it because that's not really, I don't know, I just didn't think too much of it, which was very naive of me. So when traveling to a different country, you definitely want to look into like maybe discrimination type of things and how life is in that country when it's not your native country. So getting out here was quite cool. My baggage was looked through like multiple times just because I don't know why, and because I might have had weave in my luggage, so you know, weave, okay. And I don't know, so I didn't really experience anything initially right away, but then as time's gone on, I found myself not really wanting to tell people I was Nigerian, or always have to clarify and say like, oh, I'm American, just because I met someone here who told me like, life is not easy for people who are from Nigeria. And so I'm like, I'm from America, I'm Nigerian, but I'm from America. The reason why I hesitated to tell people I was Nigerian, just because I didn't want to be linked to any bad things, I guess, which is sad because, I love my people, I love who I am, I love my culture, I love everything, but I don't want to get associated with anything bad while I'm out here in Malaysia, where Nigerians have a really bad rep, to be completely honest. I mean, I'm not saying every day it's like super horrible and people are so like prejudiced or anything. I'm just saying like, I just didn't want to be linked to anything bad. So within my first day here, another thing, I really wanted to be careful with who I run with, because not every Nigerian out here is bad. Of course not. I'm not bad. I've met a lot of good people out here, but you have to be careful who you trust, who you hang with, and who you roll with. Definitely the Yahoozy boys, which is just just a term for guys who are like flashy, that might have been on that 419, on that scam life, who got money, whatever. That doesn't appeal to me. It's not wordy, but like, those are the people you want to like probably stay away from, because those are people who have a bad rap, and you don't want to get tied into something like that. Especially me being here for 4 months on a study abroad trip representing my university, I definitely don't want to get wrapped up in something bad just because I want some friends. Nah, it's not that serious. So initially getting out here, I just found myself to be a really friendly person and like to make new friends. The people who helped me first were Nigerians, which was great because I felt more comfortable with them. I felt comfortable talking to them, and I just automatically have something in common, and we can relate on many different levels, even though I'm from America and they might be just from Nigeria. So those are the people who were helping me get around and just helping me. Like, I was so appreciative, but at the same time I just had to remember in the back of my head, I can't be friends with everyone, and I do have to be careful. And also, on the other hand, not automatically assume that every Nigerian is bad, because that is obviously not true. So people automatically noticed that I was Nigerian, other Nigerians, and they will always say something because I guess I look Nigerian. But then I've also had people tell me that someone told them I was from South Africa and XYZ. Yeah, so people can usually notice that I'm African, but then I've also gotten people who are like, you don't even look Nigerian, which I don't really know what that means. But I get that a lot too, and a lot of the faculty here, they don't really think I'm Nigerian. They always say there's a difference between people who are Nigerian and African, and there's a difference for people who are, she said, African-American or just Nigerian-American. She said that I could tell the difference. I would have never known you're Nigerian, because she's like, there's so many here that I'm able to really decipher between the two. So basically, to faculty and to other people, I don't look Nigerian, but to other Nigerians, they peep game and they're like, okay, there's another fellow Nigerian. Another thing, a lot of the Nigerian guys want to talk to you in different ways, maybe want to be your friend, want to ginger you up, want to take you out, and usually they're older, and I just be like, no. And there's some younger ones, but you definitely get the pull, but not looking for that out here. Anyways, moving on. So anywho, the story I want to share is that I was really naive when I first got here. I didn't think I needed to bring my passport around with me just because I've lost my passport within a year of getting it. So I'm super conscious of where I leave my passport, and I don't like to bring it with me because I don't want to lose it. And if you lose this in a different country, it's a wrap for that. It's like a wrap. So I'm definitely not trying to lose it. But I used to never walk around with my passport. And then some Nigerians got me hip like, no, you need to have your passport with you at all times because you don't know what's going to happen. Even me, I haven't been stopped per se for not having a passport, but I know a few of my friends that are also exchange students from the Netherlands, they've been stopped in the middle of the street in Kuala Lumpur, just like, where's your passport? So luckily they had like photocopies of their passport that they let them buy. But people, you would get stopped in the middle of the street by police like, where's your passport? Me being Nigerian or looking Nigerian and not having my passport, you can already guess what will happen to me. Because people do get handcuffed and put away just because they don't have their passport with them. Again, I didn't bring my passport around with me when I would roam the streets of Kuala Lumpur and even out here where my university is. So I was looking for a place to live like 2 weeks ago, just looking at other apartments in the area, some nice apartments. And I told one of my really good Nigerian friends from Nigeria to come with me so he could help me decipher if this is a good place for me to stay. And I also went with a buddy of mine his name is Sharus, and he just kind of like helps people out. He's a PhD student here and he's Iranian. So he's the one that was showing me the place. So I brought my friend with me, and immediately right when we walked up to the gate, the security guards at the apartment complex was like, no, you guys can't come. Me and my friend Yaya, who was Nigerian. So he said, you guys can't come in here, you can't visit, you can't even walk these premises. So I'm just like, whoa, hold up. And then he was like, you from Nigeria? You from Nigeria? And I'm like, no, I'm from America. And then my friend Yaya was like, I'm from Nigeria. And then automatically when I said I was from America, he kind of let me slide. I was like, okay, where's your passport? Where's all this? Where's this identification? Where's all this? So of course I didn't even bring my passport with me because I wasn't thinking too much of it. But I definitely had like copies of my passport, and I had shown him my driver's license. That was a United States driver's license. I had shown him my offer letter from the university, which was just kind of like, yes, so and so and so is here coming to Malaysia to study and do this in Malaysia, blah blah blah. I showed him all that, and he still wasn't even trying to budge. And I'm like, yo, like, I'm from the United States, like, bruh, like, there's nothing else I can show you. I don't have my passport, unfortunately, but let me go in. I'm not even trying to live here. I'm just trying to visit and take a tour of the apartment. So finally, he had to call his manager and his other manager and another manager to all come and see if I was really from America and wasn't from Nigeria. And it was just so crazy to me, and I was just so flabbergasted that it was such discriminating against Nigerians. He was not letting us by. And then finally they were like, okay, she's okay. And they took all my identification so that when I come back I can grab all that. But it was so crazy to me, and there was signs everywhere like Nigerians are not allowed to rent out property here, they're not allowed to visit, they're not even allowed to be on the premises. And I was just wondering, like, what the hell, like, that's not fair, that's not nice, it's just not okay. So then I found out that there's been multiple situations at that, not only at that apartment complex, but other ones within Malaysia with Nigerians. I think Nigerians doing nasty things in swimming pools, crazy bad things. And I was just like, oh my gosh, really? Like, really? The actions of maybe 5 people, you're gonna punish the whole, you know, Nigerian community. I didn't feel like that was really fair. And I did some other research when something like that happened. I wanted to do more research and find out maybe there's other places in Malaysia where they discriminate against Nigerians. So I was doing some research, there's some videos on YouTube, and yeah, like, there's many complexes, apartment complexes and property where Nigerians cannot rent out because of different situations in the past from a few individuals. So there was one case where something happened with some Nigerians, and they kicked every Nigerian out that complex within like 3 days. They had to get their stuff and find somewhere else to live. And then people said that, you know, I've mentioned that's not fair, you should punish those few people who made those horrible mistakes, or not even mistakes, who made those horrible acts. And they believe that maybe the security guards were paid off, wink wink, because they you know, because they could have handled those people who did the wrong and not punish everyone and just use, you know, we're just going to kick everyone out just to solve the problem, or kick every Nigerian out. That's not fair. Anyways, so after, fast forward, rewind, whatever, but after I've showed him all my identification, they finally let me go, but then he let my friend Yaya go. He actually had to like go somewhere else, like down the street to a KFC, because they didn't want him around. And he's not a bad guy, but since there were some other stupid idiots, scallywag, elephants with no brains, Nigerians that did horrible things in Malaysia and at that apartment complex, we all have to suffer. So I finally got to see the place. I didn't even end up renting the place because I was just so over it, because I didn't really like that treatment, and the fact that I do have Nigerian friends, I can't even have them come over, really was just a bummer, and I really didn't like that. So that was just the main story that I wanted to share. But I've noticed and I've learned that I really need to have my passport with me at all times, and honestly the power of a United States of America passport is crazy. I've had multiple people be like, I wish I had one of those, how do I get one of those? And I'm just like, yo, is it that serious? But I've just noticed that this is going to be like my everything, just because I don't want to get locked up while I'm out here. I don't want to get into anything bad just because I am Nigerian and I look Nigerian. It doesn't matter where you go. I think it's just a lesson learned that like everywhere I go, I'm going to have my United States of America passport, unless I'm in a country that they may not like, the US, or if I'm in the United States. So that is my brief story on being Nigerian in Malaysia, and I really will hope to post another video soon on this. It's just kind of like my part one, you know, because, you know, I still have multiple weeks out here and I've only been here for 3 weeks, and that's just a story that I felt like I really wanted to share with everyone on YouTube and my friends. Alright, well, thanks for coming, and I'll be looking forward to you in my next video.